Hey everyone, Couch Investor back to another video for today. So we have some big or interesting news with regards to Nvidia, with regards to the CEO as well. We're going to talk about a couple of new price targets by some analysts, look at the graph, and then a little recap of what the last quarter of Nvidia looked like. So if that's something you're interested in, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you have not. And if you want to support me and this channel, do check out the link down in the description and in the pinned comment to get the top 10 best stocks to buy now, or go to fool.com/couchinvestor. So this filing came out, and this is obviously from Jensen. So what he did basically is triggered an employee stock option, which means he has the right to buy, in this case, 237,500 shares at $4. You can see here the amount and then the nature of indirect beneficial ownership. And then at the bottom here, you can see your employee stock option, right to buy, price $4, transaction date December 13, and then here is the amount. Now, for those that don't know what an employee stock option is, so the term employee stock option refers to a type of equity compensation granted by companies to their employees and executives. Rather than granting shares of stock directly, the company gives derivative options on the stock instead. Now, this is not the first time that this has happened. I believe a month or so ago, same thing happened. Now, it is true that Jensen has been selling shares when the stock was much higher. Plenty of CEOs have done that. To be honest, why wouldn't they? They still own a large chunk of shares. Now, with this triggering of the options, let's see what happens next. Maybe he'll sell more, maybe he'll hold on to it. We'll see, because the stock did jump around 60% since the lows back in October or so. So let's see what happens. And now with regards to the new price targets, so we have an initiation with a reduce at HSBC. So analyst Frank Lee initiated coverage of Nvidia with a reduced rating and $136 price target. The company's potential in autos and artificial intelligence software is overshadowed by a shorter-term chip inventory correction and demand uncertainty. He believes earnings downside is likely not fully factored into Nvidia shares. Lee is 9% below consensus for 2024 estimates and provided further downside scenarios. Now on the flip side, we have a Deutsche Bank analyst, Ross Seymour, raised the firm's price target on Nvidia $270 from $150 and keeps an hold rating on the shares. Heading into 2023, the analyst expects semiconductor investor focus to move to finding a bottom in both fundamentals and share prices. Fundamental weakness is more likely to be spread over a long duration given the rolling nature of the downturn up to this point. Seymour tells investors in a research note he believes the recent significant rally in the group is premature given the likelihood of continued fundamental deterioration and therefore expects a superior opportunity to become more constructive to emerge later in 2023. And last one, which came on Monday from a Cowen analyst called Matthew Ramsey, so raised the firm's price target on Nvidia to $220 from $200 and keeps an outperform rate on the shares. The analyst believes Nvidia is the leader in accelerated computing and maintains wide and deep technological moats. He said a big gaming reset, China AI bans, and inventory write-downs are all behind us and were just short-term distractions from the acute fundamental thesis. They are the leader in accelerated compute and the key enabler for AI across vertical industries. Now, of course, fundamentally, Nvidia is overvalued today. And as we've seen, and as we'll see in just a bit, growth is slowing down in the gaming segment, in professional visualization as well. Thank God they still have data center, and for now they also have the auto segment that is growing quite nicely. But overall, I do agree with analysts that currently there's probably more downside than upside, especially since, well, we now know that the Fed doesn't really see any stopping in the hiking of rates. Maybe not as fast, but they will probably keep on raising those rates by 25 basis points, probably starting in February. Now, for those that needed a little reminder, this was Nvidia's Q3 quarter. So data center grew a little bit quarter over quarter. Obviously, it grew quite nicely year over year. Gaming continues to go down and down. Professional visualization, same thing here. It's down more than 50% quarter over quarter. Auto is growing quarter over quarter and also year over year. And then OEM and others, never really moved the needle that much, but in total it came just below $6 billion. As you can see, the downtrend has started in Q1 and has accelerated quite a lot since then. Now, you all know my view on Nvidia. I keep saying the same thing. Yes, if you just look at the stock and the fundamentals of financial markets, yes, the stock is overvalued, but to me, Nvidia is still a tremendous company. Of course, like I said, there is more risk today than there was probably a month or two ago. And as you can see here on the graph, the stock is up since October 60%. Now, from an RSI standpoint, it's not overbought yet. It is over that neutral area a little bit. From a MACD standpoint, we're still in the bullish area. But if you look at the candles a bit closer here, you can see the blue line, this is the 200-day moving average, the red, the 20, the green, the 50. Now, it is standing just above the 200-day moving average, and this is on a weekly chart. So let's see what happens and keep an eye on that, because if it fails to maintain that stance here over that 200-day moving average, probably go down, and then it will test the 20, will test the 50, and if it fails, then obviously we might revisit those $120 or so. And I say we might because, well, we don't know what's going to happen. We're ending this year, holidays, etc., maybe lower volume as well. And so to conclude, this is what has been happening with Nvidia lately. CEO triggering those stock options, new price targets, as we've seen on the graph, crucial moment for the stock. Obviously, do share your thoughts down in the comments below. If you enjoy this type of videos, leave it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, maybe hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.